Good morning, students. It's our next topic of the chapter number 4, the relation between the Council of Ministers and the Parliament Executive. Is the Parliamentary Executive is responsible or accountable to the legislature? Now, the Council of Ministers are play an important role in the Parliament. It is the real executive, we can say. They are the ministers of Parliament. Parliament's any house from the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha and collectively responsible and accountable for the Parliament. Or we can say that as an agent of Parliament, they maintain their accountability through maintain their confidence in the Parliament. Other ministers can ask the questions and the supplementary questions or during the adjournment session of Parliament, discussions on the budget or the other ministers has a chance to criticize and evaluate their actions, their work, their programs and their policies. If the members or the ministers are agree, so they approve the bill. Otherwise they present the no confidence motion against the bill. So it is an important day to day activity of the parliament on the bill passing or the debates and discussion system. Similarly, Lok Sabha can pass a bill or vote of no confidence against the Council of Ministers or any other individual minister. If it is passed, means if the no confidence motion passed against the minister, then they or she has to resign. PM also advised the president to dissolve the Lok Sabha and order for the new or fresh elections. Ministers also affect the work of the parliament, that they have to attend the sessions of the parliament, the presentation of bills, discussions, debates on the bill and voting on bills. Actually, the cabinet decide the schedule of the parliament. In normal situation, the legal, financial and administrative decisions are taken by ministers. Parliament only approve it or has no alternative choice. Means if the council of ministers agree on any type of bill, then the other ministers have no option, they have to approve that bill. The cabinet prepared the of speech which is delivered by the president. Means the president is depend on the cabinet for his or her speech. Thus we can conclude that the parliament is the puppet of the council of ministers. They control over each other and also depend on each other, so they have a close relations. Now, the factor responsible for the growth of the cabinet powers, means the government have increased enormously, means the functions and the powers. Since the parliament does not have much of time, so cabinet take all the decisions on the behalf of the parliament. The party mechanism or its majority in parliament controls the houses, means both the houses, or the cabinet through the threat of dissolution can discipline, automatically discipline the house. Means the other ministers easily agree with the policies, programs and recommendations of the cabinet or the councils. Can cabinet be dictatorial? According, if we are talking about according to the powers and the position of the cabinet, then it may be dictatorial, but in practical life or in reality it is not. The cabinet cannot be dictatorial because the president has a right to warn the cabinet. The parliament supervise the work of the cabinet, means maintain the check and balance. The other members of the parliament or the ministers criticize the cabinet by asking the questions and by the supplementary questions, or they can pass the no confidence motion, the cut motion, censor motion. So they maintain the check of the check on the cabinet. Similarly, the cabinet ministers, the president, the prime minister, we have a state executive also. So the head of the state in a country is the governor. who is appointed by the president on the recommendation of the prime minister. Just like the president is the head of the nominal head, the real executive authority is in the council of ministers headed by the chief minister in the state. The head of the government is in a state is the chief minister. He, along with the council of ministers, he is responsible to the state legislative assembly and cannot be removed by it. Like the PM, the CM is the leader of the majority party in the assembly, means the party got majority in the elections, whose leader is become the CM, like the Prime Minister of India. In the system of parliamentary democracy, operating at the center operations in the states also. After that, we can say that the government at the state level has enormous powers, means the government of the state of Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Tripura have the special powers to protect the interest of the tribal community, means they are treated as the special states. The governor may refuse or give assent to a bill, or he or she may send back for some reconsiderations with some suggestions by the state legislative assemblies, or he can hold the bill for the consideration of the president. Or according to the article number 356, if governor complaint the or give his recommendation to the president that the state government is not capable to dealing with all the state works, or the legislative members are not satisfied with the work of the CM. So, in that situation, the presidential rule is imposed in the state, or the governor's powers are enhanced in this condition. Next is if the not any party got a majority of 50 plus ones, in that condition the governor use his own power in selecting the chief minister. Similarly, just like the president has the power to select the prime minister in these type of conditions. If a government loses majority in the legislative assembly and does not resign, the governor can dismiss the government, and he may or may not dissolve the legislative assembly. Now, the features of the Indian bureaucracy. The permanent executive. We have two types of executive, the permanent executive and the non permanent executive. Non permanent executive, we already discussed that the prime minister, the council of ministers, the other ministers, the chief minister, the president, and the state legislative ministers, they are known as the non permanent executive, or we can say the political executive. Now we are talking about the parliament, the permanent executive, that is Indian bureaucracy. They are, in simple language we can say that they are the civil servants, the administrators. We can say the bureaucrats are the trained and the skilled officers who constitute the permanent executive. Government may change, but these bureaucrats do not change. They assist the ministers in the formulation and the implementation of the policies, the programs which were passed by the parliament. Now, what is the features of the Indian bureaucracy make it an important, very important player in the government? Now, neutrality means the administration is under the control of the elected representatives of the people, known as the ministers, who are responsible to the parliament. Now, the bureaucrats cannot violate or oppose the policies enacted by the parliament. It is the prime responsibility of the ministers to have the political control over the administration. The bureaucratic machinery in India is very professional, means the bureaucracy has been made politically accountable, means in a democracy one political party may pave way for the another party, means new governments can change, new government may change the programs policies by the last government. In that situation, the bureaucracy would faithfully help the new government in determination and implementation of the proposed policies. Now they are very professional, permanent and meritorious, means they have the huge knowledge in their own field. It is organized in a professional and meritorious basis, means all India services, the state services, the employee of the local government, etc. They are the staff of the public services undertaking. According to our constitution framers, they follow the non-party type of nature. So personally maybe they support any party, but professionally they cannot. Therefore they wanted the bureaucrats to be selected on the basis of merit, means organization called the Union Public Service Commission is entrusted with the task of conducting the exam through the recruitment of the civil servants. Similarly, the Public Services Commission exists in the states too. The number of the public service commissions are appointed for a fixed time and can be removed or suspended only after an inquiry by the sitting in Supreme Court judges. It is based on equality, that the Constitution ensures that even the weaker section get an opportunity to be represented in bureaucracy. For this purpose, seats are reserved for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, the other backward classes, and the women candidates also. This ensured that bureaucracy would be representative, or social inequalities do not reflect in the recruitment into the civil services, means it is this exam based on the system of equality, then that each and every society, each and every community to be part of this exam. Centralized, personally we can say that a person selected by the UPSC for the Indian Administrative Services and the Indian Police or the public services, constituted by the backbone of the higher level of the bureaucracy in the states. In the district, the collector is the most important officer, means he is the main player in a district level. He is appointed by the central government, means he is the representative of the central government, and he is accountable towards the central government. The IAS and the IPS officers assigned to the state work under the supervision of the state government, but they are the simply representative of the central government. They are more responsible or accountable towards the central government. They are appointed by the central government, and only central government can initiate dispensable actions against them, means the supervision of the central government under they work. The bureaucracy is an instrument through which the welfare programs must reach to the people, means they are responsible for the growth and development of the citizens through the implementation of the programs and policies. Democratically elected government has to handle the bureaucracy effectively to make it responsive. Similarly, the bureaucracy should not be uh, in the favor of any political organization or political party. Provisions like the right to information should be made so the bureaucracy becomes more responsive, more representative, more accountable to people's need, to people's requirement. Now, the bureaucracy is supposed to be neutral. In a democracy, a new government may assume powers after 5 years. Now, in that situation, it is the duty of the administrative, means the bureaucratic machinery, to effectively and loyally help in drafting the programs and policies and for its implementation. Actually, Indian bureaucratic system is very complicated system. We can say that it consists the all Indian services exams, the state services exam, the local employment, local government employees, etc. We have so many exams, and if their time period, their tenure is fixed, and they can be removed only by an inquiry which is handled by the Supreme Court judges. There are seats are reserved for uh, the Dalits, Adivasi, women, other backward classes in the civil services to maintain the equality in our society, to maintain the equality in the communities, in the various communities. Persons selected by the UPSC for the administrative services and the Indian public services are deputed to the state and the center under the state government. Now in India, we means our constitution classify the civil services, means the all India services for the IAS and IPS, the central services for the Indian foreign services and Indian custom services. State services is the deputy collector and the state traffic officers. No provision for the keeping the civil servants accountable, but it is but they are not in the influence of the politician, the political influence. In recent time period, means after 2005, the right to information however has put some limits on them and made them responsible, forcefully made them responsible. They have to responsible for the citizens.